Good evening from London. The FTSE made a positive start to proceedings today and the pound was valued at more than $1.40 for the first time in over 2 months. Leading the charge of the blue chips were the commodities groups and the biggest fallers were airlines. British Airways owner IAG, EasyJet, Jet2 and TUI were all down between 2 to 3% as they traded for the first time since Britain said on Friday that travel could restart, but only to a handful of places, including Portugal, Israel and Iceland. The top 4 destinations for British travellers, Spain, France, Italy and America, were left off the country's travel green list. Oil prices have climbed higher this morning after a major cyber attack forced the shutdown of a critical US pipeline, sparking fears of shortages. The Colonial Pipeline Company was forced to take the entire system offline on Friday following a ransomware attack. Colonial transports 2.5 million barrels of fuel a day and is the source of nearly half the US East Coast's fuel supply. The White House passed emergency legislation last night in an effort to keep fuel supplies open, lifting various limits on the transport of fuel by roads. Brent crude was up 0.6% at early trading at 68.66 cents a barrel, having risen 1.5% last week. US West Texas Intermediate futures rose 0.5% at $65.24 a barrel. The embattled subprime lender Provident Financial has confirmed its dump in its doorstep lending business after 140 years, putting over 2,000 jobs at risk. Bosses have blamed change in industry and regulatory dynamics, as well as shifting customer preferences for the move. The FTSE 250 firm revealed today it had swung to a £113.5 million loss in 2020, with the bulk of the losses, £74.9 million, coming from its home credit division. Provident has been lending and collecting repayments on British doorsteps since the 1880s, and at the last count, this part of the business had about 379,000 customers. In recent years, the group has faced a wave of mis-selling complaints by customers. The company said it expects to pay up to £100 million to close the business. SpaceX has announced it will launch the Dogecoin mission to the moon early next year, with the commercial rocket company accepting the cryptocurrency as full payment. In a press statement, SpaceX bosses said Dogecoin will demonstrate the application of cryptocurrency beyond Earth orbit and set the foundation for interplanetary commerce. The disclosure came as Dogecoin continued to fall after the tech billionaire Elon Musk appeared on American television and described the cryptocurrency as a hustle. Musk has been instrumental in pushing up the price of cryptocurrency in the past few months with his supportive tweets. Those are your main stories from London at close of business.